Everybody, in this video I'm going to be discussing the topic of a map expansion possibly coming to Emergency Hamburg. So basically, you know, I'm sure you've seen some of these concepts before where they actually expand the map around, and I'm going to be showing you where I think that they're going to expand it if they do, and what things are coming and what way they're going to expand it, and I'm going to be discussing that. So basically, I think we need to start off by looking at some of the possible suggestions that people have already submitted for a map expansion. So in the Discord, they actually have a lot of submissions for suggestions for different actual map expansion ideas. So we go to suggestions. I'm sure I can find one just by browsing around a little bit. I've seen one really recently. Here we go. I think this is map expansion. Here we go. So you can see this map idea right here. There are a lot. Okay, there are a lot of different concepts, but this one shows the motorway coming down and then to the right. And there's an airport here, a postman company, Bolt Fuel and Tune, TV Tower, two-wheel dealership and main station, Station East, and basically there's train stations are marked. So I don't know about this. I think that this is not how it's going to go, because if you look at the map right now, the motorway is quite clearly going down and going left, and there's quite clearly some tunnels at either end, and we're quite close to one of them right now. I'm going to show you that. So if they were to expand it, I would think that they wouldn't just go down and turn right. It doesn't make sense. Okay, they would keep going down. Basically, the map would expand to the bottom and to the left, and that makes the most sense because at the bottom there's no water. At the left there's no water either. It's just on the top and a bit on the side here. There's water. So obviously that means they can only expand it left and down. So that makes the most sense to me. But what would they actually add? So this does this suggestion we just looked at brings up some interesting points, but I don't know if they'd add a TV tower or, you know, an airport. I think that is a bit far. You know, they'd probably add they'd add new buildings. Okay, I think that's fairly obvious, and they'd have different robberies and stuff. But I think that this is that's just they're not gonna put a TV tower. You know, like anyway, you can see here we're at the end, and basically this is how they show you that stuff is coming soon. They just put a tunnel. Okay, so in every game, you know, in ERLC as well, they just have a tunnel at the end and it just goes to nowhere. So you can go through here with the camera and there's just nothing, right? You know, the road just ends here. But in the future, we could possibly see this going that way, you know? I mean, you can see the water here. The sea is actually going all the way down, and it ends right there. So could this mean that we're gonna eventually see a map expansion where it comes all the way down to the end of this end of that water there? It could be possible. Honestly, it could be possible. But that is a very large area to cover. That is very, very big space for them to fill, and it's not easy to fill space in games like this because you need things everywhere. Obviously, except it's like rural farmland like that. But you know, they've got the city here. Maybe they could put another one more to the left. But it's tricky because this map is it takes up too much of the screen for them to expand right now. So they would have to make it so you can like drag it around, or they would have to make it so you can actually zoom in and zoom out. I mean, sorry, no, they'd have to make the whole thing smaller if they want to fit more in, which is kind of annoying to actually see what's on the map properly. But yeah, honestly, just a side note, as you know, there's a construction site in this game, right? So the construction site is clearly, obviously, going to become something. It's going to become a new building in the future, and I'm wondering what that could be. Maybe it could be part of a map expansion. I don't know. It could maybe even, I don't know, there could be like underground tunnels. I have no idea. They could really add anything, but since it's kind of coming up to 3.5, I made this video because I'm just thinking, you know, 3.5, that's a pretty big milestone. Are they going to add something big? And I think there's probably a chance that they will add a new building or something at least. But yeah, I think the construction site is going to stay for a little bit, to be honest. I don't think it's going anywhere for a while. The construction site, you know, clearly it'll be something in the future, but we don't know yet. I mean, as to what this building could be, I have no idea. I mean, it's a pretty big building. I don't know. It could be anything. It could be offices. It could be, it looks like a hospital. I mean, it could be anything, man. It could be anything. But yeah, in terms of map expansion, I think that they will go left and down. Obviously, there's some cool ideas here. Let me just look at some of the other ones. So Postman Company, something I'd love to see. Postman Company would be really cool, but it is kind of the same as the truck company. So I would merge them or have two stations, because, you know, because postmen sometimes drive trucks, okay? Because, you know, couriers need to take the post you know, in bulk from one place to another, and for that they use trucks. And then to make the little deliveries, they use the vans. So I think those would be merged into one big delivery company, or they could call it something like Hamburg Logistics, for example. It's a cool name. And yeah, on that job, they could obviously have trucks, they could have little vans, and you could go deliver to all the houses, and I think that would be a really cool feature. But yeah, I don't know if I like this, because this is very, very empty, you know, like, you got loads of nice stuff here, then you come over here, it's a bit empty around, you know. They need to fill the area, okay, because, also, you've got ERLC, right? They do their summer updates every summer, and it's coming up to summer. Well, I think it is summer already, so that is due, but so basically I'm thinking, is Emergency Hamburg gonna have a big summer update as well? That's what I'm thinking. And if they do, that's gonna be 3.5, so the next update, basically, I think is gonna be pretty big. I think it's gonna be pretty big. I don't know if they'll expand the map, I highly doubt that. I think map expansion is certain in V4, because a whole new version is like, that's huge. Like a point something is not that big, but it's still pretty big. So yeah, they'll probably expand the map in V4, so it's cool to start thinking about what they're actually gonna add to the map. Like, there's just, they could do so much cool stuff with this. I think it could be really cool. But yeah, let me know in the comments, what would you want to see most if they did a map expansion, and like, what areas should they add? Should they add like a industrial zone? Should they add I don't know, like a new housing area? I mean, I guess they already got that here. I don't know. Anything in a city can be in a Roblox roleplay game or driving game like this. Anything. They really can put anything they want. Obviously, you've got kind of the rural farmland over here. Then you've got more the dense city area here, and then obviously this is all a river. So it is. So what could they do next? Basically, is what I'm thinking. What could they do next? But yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to see. I'm assuming we're gonna get some sneak peeks soon. So stay tuned on my channel for that. We'll probably get sneak peeks for a new updates eventually, because you know, it's been a while since that football update. It's been, well, that was last weekend, so it's been about a week. Okay, and they normally update every 2 weeks or so, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. So we should begin to expect a you know, big update coming in the future, in the near future, in a few weeks time. So I'm wondering what that's going to be. V3 3.5, something to look forward to. It's you know, we're halfway to V4. It's going to be interesting, and let me know your thoughts on that in the comments, because I do really want to know what they're actually going to add. I'm just like, what more could they add to Emergency Hamburg? That's what I'm thinking. What company have they not added? They could add like what new robberies maybe? I don't know. Maybe they could do like more. I mean, they could add things like restaurants, shops that you can actually go inside and rob. Obviously, a restaurant would be interesting. They could even add like imagine they made the power plant so you could rob it. That'd be pretty cool. Like rob the goods, you know, the coal. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on the update. Let me know what you think is coming in V3.5. I don't know if it's a map expansion, but it's cool to think about what they could, you know, obviously expand the map. Like, how would that look? But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Stay tuned, and thank you for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts. Subscribe, and goodbye.